Hi, I'm Peter Dowdall, the Irish gardener, and for some time now I've been working with the lovely people in Bulmers, and having recently visited their orchards, it has become very clear to me just how important bees and the wider population of pollinators are, not just to Bulmers, but also to the beautiful countryside that surrounds their orchards up there in Clonmel. And that's why Bulmers are giving away 500 of these fabulous bee hotels. Bulmers are on a journey, if you like, to protect bees and other pollinators, and by setting up 500 of these bee hotels, in various different parts of the country in individual gardens, we are all then doing our own small bit to help with the conservation and the support of solitary bees throughout the country, and hopefully ensuring their existence for another few years. Now, solitary bees are cavity nesters, and that's why you'll find these little bamboo canes inside in the hotel. The female bee will fly in and she'll lay her eggs inside. Now, you'll know they're there, you'll know if your hotel is active, because she'll seal up the end of it then with maybe a little bit of mud or broken up leaves, so you'll see that they're being filled up. Now, the larvae will stay in there during the winter, and they'll be fully hatched by spring, early summer, as they go out to forage again, and this whole cycle begins again. But it's important that you set up your bee hotel correctly. So let's start off with a few do's, okay? So do ensure that you're positioning this bee hotel somewhere high enough. It comes with this stand, but that in itself isn't high enough. The hotel really wants to be situated at least 1.5 meters off the ground. So if you're using that stand, try plunging it into a plant pot or on top of a step, somewhere where this bit will be at least 1.5 meters or 2 meters off the ground. Alternatively, you could attach it to a wall. Using some brackets, attach it onto a wall at least 1.5 or 2 meters off the ground, okay? Do position it in a position of full sun, because as these young bees start to go out early next year, the heat from the sun will enable them to get out and forage quite early, okay? Do also ensure that it's situated somewhere where there's loads of pollinator-friendly plants about the place, and that's early spring onwards. Even things like willow and the hedgerow is very, very important to them at that time of the year. But you could certainly put a little plant pot in there for the summer months and move it out then come the winter, okay? One don't let it get wet. Don't have it in an area that's going to get a lot of rainfall. The bees just will not use it. So under the eaves of our houses, I say, may be sheltered. Alternatively, if you wanted, you could bring it in for a few of the winter months. You could bring it in, ensuring that there's plenty of access. I'm not saying into the living room, but into your shed or your garage or something like that, where there's plenty of open access for bees to come in and out. Okay, but do remember, you have to move it out again come February, early March, as they begin to get out and to start foraging again. As I said to you, you'll see these bamboo canes. They'll seal them up if you have visitors. In other words, if it's being used, and if there's hotel residents, they'll seal up the end of the cane. So if you look at all the canes and they're all open and empty and they're not being used, well then maybe consider changing the location of the hotel for next year. If you're lucky enough to have got one of these fabulous Bulmers Bee hotels, the best of luck to you.